Good evening for Enterprise fans. Welcome to a special feature tonight. My name is Garen, and I'm joined here in the booth by Organ Mike. We have Engine Dave doing the restream and Falgren doing our tracking. We have got a Doorway to Tomorrow semifinal going for you. This is a side tournament that's going on for Free Enterprise, and it's off of the Gale Swift fork. And the context is it's a door randomizer. So there's going to be lots of chaos in terms of where all the doors go. So thank you for joining us, and no running for the exits because we've already redirected them to the pitfall room, in the crystal room, in the Tower of Babel. So unless you want to take a fall, no leaving. How you doing tonight, Mike?
I'm doing all right, thank you, Garen. How about yourself?
Well, it is a I'm sure going to be enjoying watching this race go. I did participate in this tournament. I lost both of my games and with his a very quick out, but that is the way it goes sometimes. You open the wrong doors, and well, that's the way it goes. So we have a bit of a unique objective flag set here. As you notice on the screen, there's only one objective. Get 11 key items, and you get your crystal, and you can go kill Z. What makes this hard, of course, is you don't know exactly where all the things are. So we're going to be seeing a lot of entrances and exits that we normally don't see. The dungeons themselves will play all like they're vanilla once you get in them, but finding them, that's a bit more of a challenge. The moon axis may not be necessarily through the big whale. It could just be through a door somewhere. You could be on the moon 5 minutes into the seed. You could be underground. Maybe it takes you all an hour to figure out where that is. We'll have to see how the logics will work here. So the objectives will be in the main summon moon and the trap monster chests on the underworld and overworld. Oh, we're going. So here we
All
go.
right, we got Kane to start,
Get your maps ready,
and
folks.
yeah, let's see who Kane is partnered with. Young.
And we've got a blue robe giving a Baron key. Well,
That's interesting.
he's saying come at him, but then of course, where is Baron Castle? We're gonna land outside of it, but that's probably not where it's gonna go. Worth noting here in this flag set with the experience, every check that the runners do will increase the experience they gain from all fights by 5%. So that means that for setting out checks is unlikely, and you might want to actually stack as many early checks as you can get just so that the experience starts getting up there much faster. Algren is running a quiz afterwards, apparently, based on the mapping. So, yeah, Baron Town just leads to an armor shop. There's a curse string in here that might be useful to keep an eye on for later. Baron Castle is a
Also,
treasury.
good to note that they are what about 9% of the way to the goal now, with that Baron key coming in.
Exiles expert. C was
Excellent.
validated by Fleury. Antidale said no thank you. Baron Chocobo Force is Eblin Castle. That is important because there are 3 box checks in there for later on.
Yes, probably be a little early to take those box checks right now. Mist Cave.
Which is just the
As for the
waterfall. That
waterfall.
is a dead end. Antidale has just taken the emergency reset. What that is you hit, I think, select and R or something like that. It will automatically take you to Mysidia with the Enterprise, no matter where you are, so long as you're actually on a screen where you can move. Yes,
We
and Scythe
found
is reminding
Lunar
us.
Lair in the back end of the Mist Cave led to Lunar Lair. We're going to see who is sitting on the lunar throne.
It's an edge. That's a nice early get there for
Definitely.
Flurry. And of course, since it is the LST, that is access now to the entire LST and all the altar checks here. Now, the boxes in the LST are not necessarily, well, actually, there are no key items there, but do have all the altars.
And I see
Mist,
Tella sitting in Baron Inn and with some tentacles waiting by his side there.
yeah, Mist West is actually vanilla Mist West. Uh, in
And
this case,
Agartha's
Mist is
Mysidia.
those tricky Mysidians trying to hide themselves as Agarchians. Flurry has found the Watery Pass.
In, I believe, Rydia's house.
We've seen,
And
I think it's
Rosa's
Sid.
house in the Mist Inn.
Yep. Let's see. AJ found silk webs for sale. Fleury has found the Chocobo Village, which is not all that important in this flag set. And he's found also the Kaipo Inn, and the Kaipo Lady Boss does not give any bonus to experience, but it is worth defeating her anyways. Antidale has found the Back of Mist.
Might be worth taking the check there to see who's hiding there. But...
Fleury has found Tomra now by going through the East Mist exit, which leads to the exit of Mist on the east side. That's kind of funny. Now we have all the doors in Tomra to check. Well, some early confusion there with some back and forth. This happens a lot in door seeds, from my experience.
And
the treasury
is going to get edge here.
Now, Fleury has found Cave Eblin, which is technically your underground access, because you can go all the way through the hook route at this point, and you can get underground and get the Enterprise and unlock the underground via this way. So don't need the magma key, don't need the hook, you are ready to go. There's also a character down here. And of course, there are 2 boxes along the way that can be key item checks. Huh? No? Oh, that's right.
So chat is reminding us that the upper door, or the ending door to the Evelyn Cave, doesn't necessarily lead to Upper Babel Tower.
That's right. You can get underground once you find Upper Babel, but this doesn't necessarily lead there. Of course, it'll be funny if it does actually lead there in vanilla, but probably not.
And there is Sid, who just got roasted by I didn't see.
Okay, he didn't see it either. He's old.
Apparently, Rosa was on the bed in Kaipo. Lugai, thank you. Dr. Lugai cooked Sid.
We got hourglasses and cabins at the end of the Cave Eblin.
Not underground access, but still potentially useful.
Yes to hourglasses, no to cabins.
And Antidale has discovered Tomra and the east exit.
Yeah, a little bit circuitous. The inn is Antlion, though. That's kind of nice, because this is a nice, easy check with an edge. This is going to be free, probably no matter what it is.
Fleury checking the Staleman treasure chest.
With hourglasses, that's a good check. Come on, Sid, it's not bedtime yet.
Well, you said it yourself, he's old. We have Baigan at the Antlion.
Yeah, this will not be any problem at all for this party.
And nice to get him out of the way.
Also, it gets you that nice little start with building up the experience bonus. Okay, Goober, here's your check. $1 million, please. A crit tip.
Stalemen have been defeated on Fleury's side, and Baigan goes down on Antidale's.
Rat tail for Fleury.
Gets a rat tail, that's nice. And Antidale will pick up.
Then it gets a Mazamune. Nice for that edge.
Well, edge is already there, so.
So Fleury, the Adamant Cave is also randomized where its location is, so we'll be looking out for that location to turn in that rat tail once it shows up. He's going to go back and make some purchases at the store.
The behavior of the exit item seemed to put Antidale right back on the overworld where he first entered the towns.
Yes, that's how it functions. Although with the emergency escape control, I mean, you really don't necessarily need exits unless you... Bedward and the free item. Oh, it's a vanilla twin heart.
Look at that. Yeah.
Okay.
In Cave Magni's, no less.
And we're going to visit now the island Choco Forest, which in a vanilla run or any sort of regular run, you're not going to see this location hit. You've got a Blarg Orb for sale, and that's all that's of interest here.
Has the Black Chocobo behavior been changed? I don't seem to remember them being able to fly over mountains.
Yes. I don't remember the exact reason why this has to happen, but all of the vehicles can basically travel over any obstacles that they normally wouldn't be able to travel over, including the technical edge of the world. So, I mean, you can't actually, on the underground, if you have the Enterprise, you can literally just fly around the world, and it works. Okay, aside with the explanation, there's soft lock issues. Oh, Fleury has found the Tower of Babel, so this is access to forecheck. I don't know if we have a Thunder Club. If we do, this is potentially nice and quick.
Fleury's still exploring the east edge of Mist and finding the Antline Cave.
It is always fun when the randomizer comes up with all of these towns linked together, because then you just twist it around trying to figure out, it's like, which doors have I visited already? At least I
And
do.
one section of the Lunar Path leads to Tomra proper.
And the item shop is now a sewer. You wouldn't buy any items from this shop.
Sorry, yes, that's Cold. Pardon me, chap.
And the adamant cave that Fleury is looking for is in Barren Town, which is in Troya Town entrance. And Barren has decided to take over Troya Castle and just replace with its weapon and item shop, or weapon and armor shop.
Well, we knew the Baronians were invaders of foreign nations, but that's a little ridiculous. Fleury taking on Vigan, yeah.
They've amended their ways. Instead of going to war, they're just going to basically destroy you with their commerce. And we've got another weapon shop just hiding out in the Chocobo Forest. Shop proprietor's name is Error. We're in the wrong game.
Well, the Chocobo apparently doesn't need a force to land it, huh?
Nope. Oh, we found the pass.
It's for sale. I'm guessing then that it doesn't qualify as a key item.
It does not. Nope. It is not qualified as a key item in several versions of Enterprise at this point. Antidale has found the sealed cave, which we'll be visiting probably at some point later on to see what's there. We don't have a key yet.
Claims as Masamune. Edge looking pretty tough right now.
We have found some sort of guards there.
Now, Keinatsu on the King's throne.
Yeah, now we're not gonna take the Keinatsu anytime soon because that would just be painful at this point. But depending on when Fleury gets there, he might take that because he has hourglasses. Those guards can be stopped. And if there's instant kill items like an assassin dagger or a coffin or something like that, that might be a nice quick check.
I always remember the prisoner gear. So I think Rose is wearing it when you retrieve her from. Oh, there's Baron Castle. When you retrieve her from Golbez's clutches in the Tower of Zot, I believe. And I love the sort of subtle implications that show up in some of these games sometimes. Prisoner gear prevents sleep. So if you're gonna, torture someone, you're gonna keep them awake. That's really kind of nasty. But I love those.
Well, I mean,
there's the
Tower of Babel. If I was designing prisoner gear, I would make it like it prevents rescue. That's what you really want to do.
Yeah, there you go. This will stick you to the wall.
Or, just stop actually, keeping the prisoner around. It's like, as some advice is said, just kill them. You can't say I can save later in that case. Then you wouldn't have any
Also an
plot.
option. Yeah, it's an ontological problem then. If you don't have a prisoner to rescue, you don't have a rescue mission.
Let's not get into the fact that sometimes it might just create the hostage situation that requires the saving.
Oh yeah, Spoonius Bard. It's in Sid's got it when you free Baron Castle. That's right. It's been a long while since I've actually played the game, so I need to catch up my memory. I'm getting old.
But when you play the randomizer enough, you kind of forget how the vanilla game goes in certain respects. Hey, we found Baron Inn. And we found a Tella.
Yeah, Antidale's been here before. There's Octomam and an old man. And we'll see who's guarding the old man. It's Purple Robe. Got Mylan and friends.
Yeah, the flame is going to take out everybody but, in this case.
And the lightning begins.
Good news here is this particular spot is very slow with the Mylon, so with Edge in the party, should actually be able to get a lot of turns in. We're having to worry about any of those counter punches.
And Fleury about to find Baron Castle.
And the Mylon is down.
Oh, his body.
We didn't take very good care of him. I'm not sure why he's complaining. Crystal Ring.
Crystal Ring, but another key item check. And of course, an old man.
Well, the old man's utility is a little bit limited. We have exits for sale, and we haven't seen Ordeals yet, so right now, Tella is a glorified blink caster.
I'm sure he could recall something if he needed.
He could, but it's as likely to be something not useful as opposed to something useful.
Sounds like me.
All right, Fleury has found the town of Baron, meanwhile, and is going to be finding his turn in for that rat tail in short order once he visits the item shop. Hey, there we go. It's an apple. Not a great reward, but it does free up an item slot and gets another experience bonus stacked up.
Yep, they just moved Baron Town to Troya and the weapon and armor shop into the castle. Now we've got Rubicant.
The elements are now playing switcheroo here. This is the normal Mylon spot, I believe. Wait, is this Mount Hobs? This is Hobs. Okay, never mind.
Where the bomb would be.
It's similar then. This is a mom bomb type of deal.
Yeah.
This probably needs that sand ruby. Yeah, this is Team Weak Sauce right now a little bit, but yeah.
It's a similarly explosive fight.
Yes, and Antidale taking the emergency exit out of Hobs because there's no real reason to walk it back down. Or just violate the laws of physics, and this Chocobo has done quite the move here to get to.
No, that's not violating the laws of physics. That's a gold chocobo, right?
Oh, we have found Fabul. And it goes into Troya Castle. Okay.
And the other side of Mount Hobs.
And then we just have the left tower to check out, because Sheila's tower also goes somewhere else. In this case, Cave Magnus. I'm not sure what Sheila's trying to tell Yang by basically turning their bedroom into a cave with a whole big magnet in there, but it doesn't sound good.
I'm not sure I really want to know what they're doing in the magnet cave. And that sounds like a personal matter between them.
Speaking of Yang, he is the
We
one
got
attacking his
Yang.
own castle. Okay. That is true. Antidale does have the harp that Fleury doesn't, so I mean, Cave Magnus is a check. Uh,
We'll see what we get for the Fabul check. What is the king hiding today?
well, the Dark Knight left a Bahamut orb summoned. Because
Means
apparently
you don't have to buy it.
apparently the Dark Knight must have been dealing with Rydia at some point in the past. Antidale, it looks like he's going to take on the check of the treasure, which Bill goes to go somewhere else. So let's see where this maps to today. Damesian. This is to get. The only thing it gives you is the hovercraft, but that's not really all that useful because you don't really need the book to do anything to get to the places normally blocked by it. Edward's door
Not when you
needs
have
to,
gold chocobos, yeah.
or you
Easy
know,
shop,
black,
yeah.
black chocobos or anything like that. So, now the this is still the vanilla Zot access. So going to the throne room, you can still get to Zot the normal way. And there is a check in the doggo chest. So I mean, that's going to be hit at some point. But Antidale is going to check the Damesian treasury. Looking for some goodies.
The Fleury taking on Mylon and friends. The friends did not last long.
That treasury is rated junk out of 10.
Invin in chat asking where Eblin Castle was. Pretty sure it
yes.
was the Baron Choco Forest. Yeah.
It is Baron Choco Forest, so there are 3 checks available there. Of course, the thing is, I don't think we've actually seen the well or cave Eblin yet, which would be the 2 ways to get underground, I think. Or, sorry, Upper Babel will be the 3rd location. Still looking.
That hovercraft is just flying over those mountains.
Now we found the Feymarch access. Well, it's the Feymarch tunnel. Feymarch may not be at the end of this. We'll have to see. And there is also a check in here with one of the boxes.
The warrior's chest.
Yes, but at this stage, we're avoiding that. And we find that this just leads to an inn. So, womp womp. Antidale says it's time for Castle Eblin. After a tent. Fleury has found Upper Babel. It is in the Silvira axis.
Severity. I'm sure that 40 gold will come in handy sometime. And first monster chest. The Black Cat and Lamaya chest.
That'll be very quick work from the edge over here.
Fleury claiming a twin heart.
Will we see music in this scene? Probably not, but I never know.
Well, we know where Cave Magnus is.
And Fleury is running up to... Okay, the
Check out that
Vanilla Eblin Cave check. Which is... Okay, this is the Mount Hobs we've already seen before. Yep.
That's where Rubicon...
Hey, there's a Sand Ruby.
Oh, hello.
You might have party improvement coming.
Yep. There's a Rosa behind that Sand Ruby.
And Antidale says, nope, we're checking this right before we finish anything more in Eblin.
And Fleury didn't bother claiming Edward.
It is not the saddest of rubies, Goober. This is actually useful. We're trying to get to 11. Trying to get to 11 key items. I mean, any key item is good at this point. We'll even take a spoon with no Edward.
A legend sword with no Cecil.
Well, technically, the legend sword really isn't the thing here without a vanilla fortune, so...
Fleury going to take on Yang, fighting to defend Fabul Castle.
Yang v Yang. Or Yang and Friends v Yang.
And Fleury will be claiming that key item check, getting his Bahamut Orb.
I think there's definitely already a guarantee in the seed somewhere, just it's questionable how late it's going to be to get her. There's a Dragon Whip to make Riddy even more enticing. Fleury has found Cave Magnus, but does not have a Twin Harp, so that is a no for now.
Fleury does have the Twin Harp. He's been to see Bedford.
Okay, never mind. I didn't see that lit. Okay, decides not right now.
And here's the Staleman and 4 skulls for Antidale.
Big bomb time. Get rid of those skulls.
Don't want to get cursed.
And goodbye, Edward.
Seems to be a fairly common refrain on Antidale's side.
We found a life staff.
Life staff, but another check to add 5% more experience. Fleury checking out the castle on fire here.
Meanwhile, Edward is going to stay on the floor.
And the light sword.
Alright, back to the left wing of Eblin Castle, looking for that third and final chest. Looking for our Mad Ogre. Yeah, I just need a portable mattress for him.
Fleury wandering down the Cave of Summoned Monsters to find the inn at the end.
Antidale has found the mad ogres and has found an ogre axe right beforehand.
Sounds remarkably convenient. Fleury going to try out the Evelyn Castle next?
Of course, in this case, since Edge has a mute knife and mad ogres are mages and weak to mute knives, the ogre axe is kind of not needed. Yeah,
And
strength
that's
ring.
another strength ring, yeah.
So, not a whole lot of payout from Eblin Castle. We got a Rosa out of it and a key item, and that was about all it wrote there.
Switching up vehicles, I would imagine because the hovercraft can stop places the airship cannot. And I would bet
Uh,
Antidale.
I
Maybe head
I
over.
would think so in Ben, but I mean, if there's any place we haven't been yet on the overworld.
Wonder if Antidale is headed to Cave Magnes.
I know there's checks in Ben, but I'm not sure if you get a key item out of them, if they're going to actually lead anywhere else. That's kind of what I'm thinking in the back of my head there. Oh yeah, darkness is an option because we've seen Mysidia.
And at the end of Cave Magnus, we should be getting some harp music, I believe.
Yep. It's a bit of a long check, but you know. So
We all like hearing the music, though.
I do like hearing the music. Of course, DJ Spoonie B Edward is going to give us a nice harp tune, one of the many harp tunes that have been created for the game. I'm not sure how many are in Galeswift's fork out of the whole bunch, but there'll definitely be a variety. So we'll see in just a moment what's going to pop up.
And you and I will step out of the way and make sure that everyone can hear it without our interruption. So we'll see you on the other side of that.
We're not quite there yet.
Oh, we'll get there.
We got about 30 seconds to a minute before it actually comes on yet.
I'm a little more used to those going real quick. Oh yeah. Oh, almost.
Yeah. So now we just have the crisis music to play, and then we will get Edward to step in and save the day in the only way that he really can without a spoon.
Music to soothe the savage beast.
Okay. Well, with that, we're going to leave you to listen to some music. All right. I don't recognize that tune. There's some discussion in chat about what that is, but yeah.
It was a
There's an Avenger
lovely
for
island
Antidale.
melody of some sort.
It's a nice reward, even though it's not a key item.
For sure. And Fleury on the other side has claimed the Sand Ruby and picked up a Rosa.
Yep, it has ditched Sid. And also, just as a note, even though Demus is there, in this flag set, Demus does not actually have anything in hand. Because Bedward is the one who actually had the key item this time around. So
Ah,
Riddiazon
yes,
is
I was
there,
going to ask.
but does not have anything for the reward. You already got it from the bard in the bed. And Antidale says
Antidale
it's
going to
time
check.
for the
Yep,
Tower of Zot.
Tower of Zot. Off into the sky.
There are 2 key item checks in this tower. There's the doggo chest. There is the reward from finishing the tower. But I think if neither of these 2 pay off for any progression, I think it's got to be that Upper Babel hook route. I think, right?
I think we've also found the lower tower of Babel that could do Keyless Tower.
That's true. LST is in play, and yeah, Lower Babel is in play. So there's a lot of checks still to go.
It is just Dragoon Hat. Would have been kind of fun if that was the Earth Crystal, though.
True. But Fleury is going to take some Warlocks. At that hourglass that we had saved up. Just has to survive the Fire 2s, which are a little bit painful here. And alright, we're through.
Makes it through, and the hourglass goes off. Antidale, meanwhile, taking on the Mad Ogre Quartet.
Is it a barbershop quartet or is it some other quartet?
I don't know. I'd be curious to hear them sing.
I don't think you really enjoy the experience.
I'm not sure that I could survive the experience, but you never know. I'm sure they harmonize wonderfully with pounding your head in. Just a Dragon Whip.
Unfortunate.
Oh, and Fleury doing a little bit of life glitching to get a little more experience out of them Warlocks.
That makes sense. These are worth quite a bit in base level, so yeah, 175,000 points for a party at this stage will be a lot of experience.
I think I saw 29 levels for Rosa there.
Yeah, all the way up to Tier 4.
Tier 4,
so,
okay.
so Rosa got slung, so that was like 350,000 experience for her. So yeah. At least if Fleury is going to do the hook route now, it'll feel a whole lot nicer than before.
And ooh, we got our first Lunar Sparkle in our first spot. The Pale Dim standing in the King and Queen Evelyn spot.
Probably one of the less rude sparkles to see here.
And Edge darting that light sword.
Moderately good sling.
Fleury going to take on the Queen of Monsters, the Guards, with that Hourglass.
Meanwhile, Scythe is telling us the experience in that location has math behind it. There's no math on stream, so yeah, don't worry about it.
And Dr. Lugai Antidale challenging Dr. Lugai. And his robot Balnob. Oh, and Fleury going to do a little bit of life glitching on the guard, too.
Why not? Not as impressive a number.
It only had 5 digits in it. It's hardly worth it.
Boom.
And there's another key item.
Key item, and now Edward goes from being trash to being mid.
Now, as a bard myself, I don't think I need to finish that sentence. We'll just stop there.
Would you like to join the Spoon of the Month Club?
I could use a little more silverware.
You need to swap parties. That might be a thing. Yeah, Kainazo, even with all the levels that Fleury has gotten, that would still be a rather punishing fight, I think.
We got the real fight on the right, and we got Fleury headed into Troya Castle, and then up to Cape Magnus, I think.
Yeah, I think Fleury knows where it is, but just wasn't sure which door it was in that case. But we'll be pleased to get the Avenger with all the levels that have been gotten on that game.
And we'll be able to hear that fun tropical tune again.
And maybe Fleury will be nice and actually show the audience at home what the tune actually is.
Dr. Lugai being his usual Dr. Lugai self. What's his PhD in, do you think?
Engineering, obviously.
Mad engineering or normal?
They don't publicize the mad engineering part of it. The school will be kind of into its reputation if it did that.
Actually, his degree's in civil engineering.
I was going to say mechanical because that would make a lot more sense, but whatever you want to go with, I suppose.
Who said this had to make sense? All of a sudden we've got to make sense now? You're walking through doors to an inn and you're showing up in the middle of a dungeon. What's going on with sense all of a sudden?
It's because the bathroom door happened to lead to, not the bathroom,
Right, Fleury is going to give us a tune now, so...
Oh, that'll shut the two of us up for a minute, so here you go.
Just give us a chance to catch up. As Antidale launches the other airship.
All right, well, Fleury is through the D-Mist.
And once more, the Dark Elf proves that he has absolutely no taste in music, calling that nasty. Yes, that was fun. Got my toes tapping. And we found Sheila on Antidale's side.
It's
And there's the magma key.
Well, we could go underground. We already are. So, yeah. So it's kind of funny that Sheila has decided to move into the desert.
Yeah. Via, I believe it was the Summon Monster Cave entrance.
Yeah, and we have found the sewer access to Baron. We have a Baron key, so we can do it right now if we wanted to do that. Is a access to a key item check and opens up then the Baron Castle for a second. Gives you a character too if you're looking for someone otherwise.
And Antidale's found another lunar path.
Yep.
Which
So
leads to Toroya Town.
Fleury is going to check out the boxes here in Lower Babel, which Thunderclaw make these all just quite free. Lunar Staff. Whoops, no.
And Fleury using this as an opportunity to fight the item list boss.
Inventory boss is a real thing. We just got Tiara. Okay.
Yeah, Baron has displaced Toroya, and now they're underground. So that's where...
Troya also has a very sneaky door at the very upper right of the town, which is often missed. You don't remember where it is from vanilla, because in a normal race, you're not going to actually go there. And here it is.
To the observatory, which goes to
In
the
this
Black
case,
Chocobo Farm.
Yeah, in this case, it doesn't actually lead anywhere useful, but in some seeds, that actually is the way forward. Ori's observatory is Mount Ordeals. That seems appropriate for a telescope location.
And this will make Tella know things again.
But does he want to remember them?
Well, we'll see who's in the way. We've got a Sparkle. And that Sparkle is the Plague.
Right. Ori's doing some really weird experiments in his observatory. Yeah, the Tower of Babel just did not pay out today, unfortunately, but it's still possible that keyless is the way forward.
We've got Calbrena on the other end of the... We've got at the back attack spot in Ordeals.
Moderately annoying because all six of them are going to take a turn before you get an action.
But one Firebomb clears them right out.
And clears an inventory slot. So 2 birds with 1 stone.
And we will see who's at the top of Ordeals for Kane to face alone.
Come on, Golbez.
And at the top of the
Not that it really matters, but it'd be funny.
Yeah, we've got Dark Elf at the top of the tower. And there is the hook!
Which, actually, in this setup is not all that important, because, again, with the vehicle changes, doesn't really give you access to anything. But...
And the Magus Sisters. With a combined total of 1,000 hit points in this spot, they're not going to last very long.
Nope, the Sisterhood goes down.
That hook brings Antidale one step closer to the 11 key items needed to find the crystal, and...
Although it should be noted, at this point in time, the runners are both still tied at 5 apiece. Although Antidale just found the Sylph Cave, so that is access now to 7 box checks.
Yeah, there's a lot of monsters in those boxes in the Sylph Cave.
The the dwarf basement is the vanilla basement. So access to the heal pod, and also access into Dwarf Castle proper, and access to the bosses in here.
And also to wherever Dwarf Castle proper spits out to.
Just a white spear for doing the keyless tower. So Tower of Babel, a complete bust. Now, is this where we're going to see the actual LST play?
I see Vavelis dancing behind the throne.
That sounds a little bit questionable by the dwarves. Belgo chest coming next for Fleury, looks like.
So Kane's going to jump and unspin this Valvelis. Yeah, Antidale took the Avenger off that Kane for the Ordeals fight. And Edward apparently can't stand the presence of such a chaotic wind and gets blown right over. Fleury checks sought treasure chest and finds nothing. And there is Rydia, joining just in time to grow up.
Hey, we've just got some officers and soldiers, nothing to worry about there at all. Alright, Fleury is doing the warrior chest next.
Gotta find it first.
Yeah.
The soldiers go down to a single Thor Rage.
As has been discussed in chat, this is like literally everything to avoid going down the hook route.
And now the weird hand will go and steal the crystal, and we'll get to see what the princess is wearing around her neck.
It looks like it is the vanilla warrior chest is where it is today. Or hourglasses for fun. Okay. And
The warriors have come out to play, and Luca's got a glass mask.
I'm not sure why she's wearing it around the neck instead of on the head, but okay.
And the Dwarf Castle dumps us out onto the Lunar overworld,
Which leads
takes us
to
back to the Town of Monsters.
the lower floor of it. And now we have access to the smithery as well. Okay. We don't have either of the pieces of the forge yet. The library is now the inn, so the Marriott's moved, just next door. And it's rebranded, different format. The cafe is here with the access to Zeramus with the pass. So that's an important part to remember. It's how you got here. Also means once you have the
Yep.
Lunar Whale, you can just go to the moon and then go to Z via the pass.
Oh, we
Fleury has
got a
found a
package on Fleury's side.
All right, well, that is a payoff. It's probably not the one he wanted to see, but it is something. And take a moment to think.
We do know where Misttown is if you want to blow it up.
Hey, that is all right. So Fleury went into Upper Babel, then backed out, and
Making space in the inventory? Getting ready to purchase some stuff?
yes, the cursed ring. Which I guess for reasons is at 66,000, not 66666, but you know, what carry me so far.
Fleury finally heading down the hook route, launch the Falcon.
Yep. So he's a little behind Antidale in terms of getting through here, but obviously come down to where are these key items actually located. 'Cause right now, even though I think Antidale's done several more checks and has gotten a lot more progress on the ground, Fleury still has 6 versus 5. So it really kind of depends on where these items can be found.
Fleury also has a little bit of an advantage in the experience field, too.
Yeah, the experience is definitely helping with a lot of these fights. That some will be definitely quicker for him than they were for Antidale.
The Percussion Quartet, now a duo. He's getting a solo now. And Fleury will be clearing out that particular check.
I hope we weren't paying that group all that much money. They were hardly on stage for even more than a few seconds.
It was a cameo. Bit of a walk-on role.
Oh, the budget for that kind of stuff, for cameos.
Antidale discovers Sid. Getting cooked by Dr. Lugai.
Well, more Sid, but we're going to say bye, Sid, unfortunately, in Ven. Much to Elvin Sorrow's dismay.
And at the end of the Eblan path is only an item shop.
Well, good one, though. Cabins and hourglasses. I'm sure
Nothing skews
Antidale,
it.
I'm sure Antidale would have liked to have had some of those hourglasses earlier in the seed, because Fleury has had the advantage of those, and I don't think Antidale had seen these earlier, so...
No. Fleury's definitely been making good use of them, too. Antidale gonna check that Staleman chest. And Fleury taking on Dr. Lugai.
Right as Antidale happens to pick up the rat tail, so now we are tied at 6 apiece. Fleury has a package and a spoon, to Antidale having the... let's see.
Hook and Magna Key.
Good magma key, yeah, there we go.
Antidale has all the underground access you could ever need. all of which was found after actually accessing the underground. So,
And now Antidale is going to take the Tower of Babel. This is unfortunate for Antidale because the only reward here is going to be the experience. And the experience boost. There is nothing of progression up here, unfortunately. He doesn't know that, but you know what? This is good for Fleury because it's going to help Fleury make up a little bit of time at least.
well, the experience really is the treasure, right?
I mean, I guess the question is, would you rather have invested the time for the extra 25% or no? I think most people would probably say yes, but it still feels a little bad.
Dr. Luga is now into the real fight.
Well, unfortunately, it wasn't much of a fight.
Well, unfortunately for him, not so much for Fleury. And Fleury will get underground and launch the Falcon.
Pitfall undefeated.
No one ever seems to get those crystals for some reason.
So you haven't realized the truth yet, have you?
Oh, probably not. There's lots of truths I've not realized yet.
There are no crystals there.
None?
Just an illusion. Go try to pick one up one of these days. Can't do it.
You'd probably need some way to jump over that pitfall, though.
There's push feed jump seeds.
Be interesting if all those crystals were suddenly made into key items. Fleury going to check where the entrance to Lower Babel actually goes. It is nowhere of much importance, I believe. Antidale did check it.
Yep, and Antidale's going to take the Dark Elf fight here as well. So, unfortunately, the bad news that there is just simply nothing in this tower, which, with 5 checks, you would imagine there at least be something here of use, but, nope.
Won't know until we get the tower key. If there's anything at all worth grabbing.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Pegwinator special is not one you usually pull out when the Powers boxes are in play, but it actually would have been the play possibly this time around.
I can't imagine either of these runners will be rushing back to the tower if they get the key, unless there's absolutely nowhere else for them to go.
If it's, well, if it's exactly the Darkness Crystal, maybe. That blocks out the most locations out of what's left.
And Fleury is going to take on Valvalis and the officer and guard, or officer and soldiers behind her.
I think the order of this might have been a little messed up. I mean, normally you put the guards out front to act as the red shirts, but seems like you do things differently at times.
Here's the thing. I mean, if you just send out your weak soldiers first before your strong ones, what ends up happening is that the hero party just builds up off the weak soldiers. So by the time the strong ones get to them, they're already ready to beat them. You have to lead with your best foot.
I look at this from the purposes of salary. I mean, it's like, you want to get your salary costs down, you throw out as many troops early as you can to get the cost of the army down.
You mean they're not paying Valvalis a bonus?
You don't pay the bonus when she's dead. Also, why we'll never run a world army that will take over the world, because I would be doing silly stuff like that to the low-paid troops.
And Fleury gets Rydia and leaves behind Tella for her.
And leaves behind the glass helmet that was on the Tella. Hey, we've got hair dryers.
Taking the hair dryer treasure chest. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is not a key item check?
I would have to help with that. I'm not sure if this counts as part of the above or below package.
I had assumed it was just overworld and underground, but I mean, I know very little, so
Well, we'll see if this is a key item. I don't think it is in the pool. I'm not 100% sure about that. It is in the pool.
it is
Okay,
a key item. Yeah, well, there we go.
Pinktail. All right, so apparently, I know hair dryers isn't part of the LST, but the question was it part of the above or the below package? I wasn't sure about that.
Antidale getting back on that extremely high-flying hovercraft, landing it in the forest.
And as often happens in Dorsey's, a little bit mixed up in terms of where it wants to go.
And Fleury's Rydia is learning Bahamut.
It's not so much the name slide. I just said I'm not sure, just based on where they are. It's like, is the LST and the giant? I'm sorry, the hair dryers and the giant chest in part of the above or the below set? That's the part I don't know.
And Antidale taking the Serpent's Road.
I lost on my two seeds because of this trick.
Yeah, it normally connects Baron with Mysidia.
It still does, actually.
Fair enough. Okay, that gets into the Adamant Grove. And gets the Silver Apple. And the Pinktail will give us the Excalibur.
The Cecil, who has still not yet appeared in the seed. Well, we are buying the Rydia starting kit. Stardust Rod, Sork Robe.
She'll be exceptionally dangerous, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, if you give a young child, well, she's a young adult at this point, access to a blarg, yeah, things can go badly.
Fleury exploring the town of Agars. Or no, Silvera, pardon me.
Alright, all these towns kind of blend together after a while.
I got my brain mixed up because because we just had the AG apple, which is, of course, silver. And so I was thinking silver, ag, right? No, it's Silvera.
You should try not to think too logically about a seed like this. It doesn't really turn out well.
No, it's a bad idea. When I try to think logically in general, it's a bad idea. Antidale headed into the sewers.
Well, at least we found where the toilet access is now. Which for an hour plus into the seed is probably a good thing for some of us.
And Invin letting me know in chat that I am not alone. Oh, is that where they put the Baron Key gate now?
The NPC gate, yes, because the sewers don't necessarily follow from the access to the sewers. And Invin is also telling me that apparently the town is just written Aga.
And Fleury will be finding a pink tail behind the hairdryers. We've got a water hag guarding Baron Castle here.
Guarding is a matter of opinion here at this point.
And exclaiming, doors!
It's more that King of Baron is kind of run through so many stewards at this point that anyone who just shows up in a blue robe is acceptable at this point. So we got a water hag doing it. No, you were not hallucinating. That's the way the hovercraft rolls in Door Seeds. Powerful than an airship, but a little bit slower. Antidale is going to
increase the height at which it hovers, that's all. Antidale going to check Baron basements.
As first, anyways, and let's see, what is this? This has got to be the elements.
Because we've seen Rubicons.
Yep. On the whole, this is probably not a bad thing to see here. I think the worst thing to have seen would have been something extremely punchy or long.
Fleury claiming the Magna Key from Sheila 1.
Mm-hmm.
Invin pointing out that you often do the basement throne first in Door Seeds because getting back to the front door of the castle can be irritating.
Or not available. I think in this case we know that it's actually over at the the Fabul Chocobo Forest, so it's not that difficult to get back into this seed. But I always worry about the thing of, if you end up finding a boss there, I mean, these levels. Or impossible. Yeah.
You wouldn't want to have to run through the Watery Pass the second time. Watery Pass, the Baron Underground.
Hey, it's a
Moonveil! Hurrah!
Oh, don't worry, and I've run into all the misfortunes you can think of in these door seats. I only last 2 games in the tournament.
So by my count, Fleury has 7 key items, Antidale has 7 as well.
Yep, it is all tied at 7.
I have them need 4 more, and then to figure out how to get down to Zeromus.
Someone dive the moon, please. I think that's gotta be the play at this point, to be honest. Or, Antidale's seen the Sylph Cave, it's like, try Sylph. There are 7 boxes down there. Hey,
the Wyvern.
King of Baron is a Wyvern. Alright. Now what is the Witchburn today?
It is Blades. Doing percentage-based damage. But, it's no Mega Nuke.
That would have been spicier if you had, just run underground somewhere, but, I've seen some very nasty Witchburns recently.
Isn't Retreat one of the options? Hello,
it is
Cave Bahamut.
It is one of the options. Hey, there's a Palom here. I probably could take Palom at this point, because we have Iridia. Okay, I'm wrong about that. We're saying goodbye to Iridia.
Swap out Black Mages.
Okay. I mean, I know Iridia takes longer, but I mean, it has more... She was kind of down for a lot. Oh, there's a gauntlet here.
Oh, dear.
We're going to take it, or say no. He's thinking about it. Actually, I don't think Fleury knows that that's necessarily it. Because has he done Baron yet? I don't think he has.
He hasn't done Baron yet, no.
We know that it is a gauntlet, but
But Fleury didn't want to take that chance, apparently.
probably for the best. It's not a very fun gauntlet.
But it could be progression.
Could be, but he's probably banking on probably not.
Fleury now going to check the Baron Underground.
All right, so a bit
Well,
of
he
step
would know that
retreat.
it was. He would know that it was a blue robe because that was who greeted us at the start of the seed. So perhaps he's checking to see if this is the gauntlet. We know it isn't, but he doesn't. So
Honestly, if Fleury still remembered after 75 minutes and keep track of all these doors that it's still the robe, I'd be impressed because I would have forgotten completely. Iridia had more levels, I would say you'd probably keep the Iridia, but since Iridia was down most of Antidale's time, yeah, it makes a little bit of sense to swap, I guess.
and Fleury is finding out that it's the water. Hey.
It's getting cozy in a gondola on the canal. On Edmund.
Antidale
Alright,
gonna check that tower key.
might as well for completion's sake. I think we're still looking for a way to get more key items out of this thing. Probably the Darkness Crystal, particularly.
Fleury going to go and claim his moon veil from the basement.
Antidale is doing
Antidale
the
going
tower.
to take on, yeah, take on, is that Bahamut?
No, that's Leviathan. Apparently, flooding the world and eating ships is just a little bit too much, so we're just going to use a can and nuke the whole underground.
Put a big enough hole in the crust, and the ocean will come down to flood it for you.
Actually, when it meets the lava, it'd be just the world's biggest sauna.
And Fleury making use of that Bahamut to claim that moon veil.
Antidale is taking the quicker path, I think, to get the result of this thing than walking back down the tower.
And Fleury going to find Wyvern.
Not sure if it actually saved any time given how long the route was, but
Yeah, I
we'll
was
see.
wondering if that's actually quicker or not. And we have
Our
drumroll,
key.
please.
Yeah, there's a
Dragoon
Dragoon
Spear.
Spear. I'm thinking either Sylph or LST. It's got to be one of the two of these places.
Antidale having a little camping trip. And Fleury is not going to take Palom.
Now, Rydia has too many levels at this point. I mean, even though Palom is a little bit superior in some ways, it's like not when you have to start the whole leveling process over again sometimes. Alright, we're going to get a mirror alter check here from Antidale. Or we're going to get a Siren play first.
Fleury gets
The
the
Gold Dragons. Okay. That is, I guess, 9 key items now for Fleury. Looks like 8 on Antidale's side.
Antidale doesn't have the package, and Fleury doesn't have the hook. Antidale also doesn't have the spoon.
At this point, I would say that, okay, Fleury's going to check the tower key, obviously, and not going to get the payoff from it, unfortunately, but if Antidale is checking LST, it's like I almost might want to check the Sylph Cave, which is the one real divergence that's left to do here. Also because I like having the Sylph play actually work out for a change. Palom stops at weak. That is weak.
And on the Masamune altar is...
Oh, this is Murasame.
Murasame altar is
Oh,
the
Dark
Dark
Gibbs.
Gibbs.
We have coffins. Well, we have hourglasses at the very least.
Fleury's picked up some coffins, but I don't think Antidale has.
G-bomb. Okay. I don't think that's intended to be a reference to my name anyways, but I can bomb things at times.
Ellen's gonna throw some stone. Get rid of those imps.
Now we've got some white, and we've got some Meteo. And we've got a white
shirt. Fleury also opting to walk back through Edlin Cave rather than down the tower.
Antidale is checking the monster throne room. So, I believe this was the spoon, so we'll get a key item out of this.
Yep. Think he's powerful enough to take on that Kenatsu at the moment?
Yes. Yeah. He has stopped the first wave or two, but other than that, Kenatsu should be doable at this point in time.
There go the guards.
Fleury is looking for the Sylph Cave. Let's see, is that where he's going? Oh.
And as Bill hits the spoon, and the totals are all tied up again.
Yep, knotted up at 9. Here's Kenatsu.
Both of them have access to number 10, even if they don't know it yet.
Goodbye, Palom. Oof. This is going to be a little bit late on the Thor Rage. Oh, it is in time. Let's see, it's got to get there before the wave.
Unfortunately.
No. But that's survivable at that point. Got enough damage in. Alright, Fleury back in the LST. And we'll also go the Mirror Altar route. Or we can just ignore the water.
Yeah, at this point the wave is probably fairly survivable. Fleury taking on the Dark Imps, and will probably be disappointed in the results.
Fail.
But
Wave
he's
has
still
been
going to do some life glitching.
Wave has been reduced to spittle.
Fleury getting the rare double life glitch off.
Nice to see it. That should get rid of up to a lot of high levels there at that point.
And Kenatsu has the Luca key, which is key item number 10.
Well, there's something we don't see every day. Use of the Kaka spell to get the last one stoned.
Well, she didn't have stone until that exact moment, so...
Antidale is taking a look at the sealed cave for a key item 11, because at this point Antidale just needs one more key item and we ready to go to Z. So Fleury really needs this to not pay off.
Fleury's going to continue down the Lunar subtrain, looks like.
Yeah, next stop is probably the Ribbon Room, I would imagine, because there's 2 checks down there.
Now, does the bottom of the Lunar subtrain connect to the Crystal Path?
Yes.
It's not.
It's-
It's not hidden somewhere.
No. The LST is basically an intact LST once you actually get there. Though it would be kind of funny one of these days to see a randomizer where it's like, yeah, just mix LST with all the other maps in the, just look totally crazy, but that might make for a little bit more controverted logic. And we find it is go mode for Antidale. And he's just going to probably do the emergency exit out to avoid having to fight the boss.
We'll see what Fleury finds down here. Ooh, the CPU.
Not the nicest of things to see here.
Antidale headed for the pass door, I'm sure.
Yep, it's just a little bit of a hike to get there, but I find that the access to the past door is actually on the moon, but
Well, it's got to be somewhere. Fleury putting Blink on the CPU's attack orb so that he can start berserking the fighters, I suspect.
Yep.
And Antidale heading down to Zeros.
Uber is getting series messed up again. That is not exactly a fantasy reference there.
We do love a good miserable pile of secrets, though. As we're seeing a Z flag in the chat, because Zeromus is far too dangerous to just randomize out into the world somewhere. Instead of where Zeromus is, we randomize who Zeromus is. And so the question is, of course, whose butt are we kicking tonight?
And given the season, can it do your taxes? It can't do them for free.
Oh, Fleury's taking care of both orbs, and just gets the CPU before Globe 199 starts falling.
Very nice. And Rydia just gets to nuke off of that, so perfect timing there as well.
There's the Crystal Throne. Nothing of great use there. Yeah.
It's unfortunate. I think in this case, given what we know about where the items were, the decision to skip the Kenazo when Fleury was down there, it might have been the... it couldn't take it time, but avoiding going back is, among all things, probably what ended up awesome.
And we have a Zamboni.
Okay, apparently Team Canada is really annoyed at what happened tonight.
Fleury taking on Mylan Zed. That's another not particularly nice opponent to have in the playgroup. No, the Leafs call up the King of Spain to drive the Zamboni. Now there's some 90s for you. 90s Canadiana.
Canadiana is a rusty old ship.
Involved in gentleman by the name of Murray Foster, who used to be the King of Spain. This looks like it's going to be pretty much a clinic on... Oh, there's the Earth Crystal. Fleury is now in go mode and halfway to Zeromus as it is, so... But I think Antidale's pretty much got this in hand.
That is not go yet.
Oh, shoot, no. Fleury's one behind.
That is only 10.
Darn.
Yeah, once they get to 11, you see the crystal, so it's very easy to know when they're in go mode because
yes, sure.
the crystal just literally floats in your path. But unfortunately for Fleury, not in go.
This could still be the Adamant, I suppose, or the Legend Sword.
It could be. Darkness
Or the
Crystal's
Darkness
also
Crystal.
still outstanding, which is kind of hilarious.
But either way, I don't think it's going to be in time.
No, I think Fleury would need something to go very, very wrong in Antidale's fight, and
And it doesn't look like anything will.
but never say never with Z, but yeah, this is...
No, yeah. Never assume anything with Zeromus.
I mean, Dong and Kane are really unbig bangable, at least solo, and Rosa can be one shot, but it would take a heck of a big bang to do it.
Fleury takes Odin out from the other Ninja Sword altar.
Well, it
And
is
there's
go
the admin.
mode.
There's 11.
As it turns out, it's faster to simply walk down to Z from this point.
Especially given the twists and turns you need to take to actually get to the pass door.
And we have
We've
rocks.
got rocks on Antidale's side.
This is the kid. Rose is being funny.
And here comes a 4-hit point nuke from Fabul, which will probably end this match.
It will end it, yes. There's
Yes.
the crack and the bang. GG Antidale.
Well done. Funnily enough, was not 9999, but 9996. And apparently we have a bowling GIF.
The choice for Enterprise After Dark.
And Fleury going into his Zeromus fight. Just as Antidale is coming out of it. Game winding up. Here's the crystal. It's a bunch of blue sparkles. And an explosion. And his true colors emerged. We're seeing a Gurg.
Well, at least the blue colors are on brand for Maple Leafs, right?
I couldn't tell you.
They are. They're blue and white.
Sure. I follow two sports, and that very loosely, and those are Canadian football and curling.
Okay. I mean, I guess they use Zambonis at some point for ice resurfacing, but
Not in curling, no.
no. Oh, we have Antidale in here, so
Sounds
GG.
like Antidale has come to join us. Well done.
We can't hear you if you're trying to talk.
Yeah, Antidale, I don't know if you're here or not, but, well, I can see you're in the chat, but we cannot hear you.
Still no good. We heard the circle go green, but no audio. Yeah, still no audio off of that. It's lovely when things work.
Well, Fleury, meanwhile, is taking on the Zamboni.
Well, at least unlike the Maple Leafs, Fleury will get through this.
And hopefully Antidale will fix whatever technical problems there are on his end, and we'll be able to chat.
Well, you can see where the darkest crystal is on the spoiler. It's the only key item we haven't seen in this race.
That and the Legend Sword. We don't know where the Legend Sword is, either.
Oh, we haven't seen the legend either? Okay. Yeah, I guess that's true. Details.
We got rocks falling for Fleury. So this should be over fairly quickly.
Indeed. And there's the crack in the boom. GG. Oh, it looks like bonking
Darkness
on with
Crystal
the
was on.
pan was the Darkness Crystal access.
Yep. Yeah, the name of the animal was.
That. It's gonna put it right at the very end, of course, the Legend Sword, probably, right?
Yeah. Earth Crystal. That's a shame.
Well, Ori has joined us in the booth, though, so GG.
Yes, well done.
Yeah, it was all right. I have a feeling Antidale has the pan.
He does, actually.
And where was the pan?
The Kainazo.
Not
King of the Monsters, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah, I should have given the party I had, but usually a Kinazo at Leviathan, I'm just like, yeah, I'll see you on check 28.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is where it was today. With the Luca, I'm sorry, that was the Luca key, and then
Yeah,
it led
Luca
into
key
the
was there.
pan. Sorry,
Oh,
we
Yeah,
had to,
Pan was in there.
you had to do it first, and that looks like the Legend Sword was off the Earth Crystal that you got by taking the altar.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Legend
But
Sword,
yeah.
and Fusoya was up there too as an ally. So
yeah, I mean, not as exciting with a Kane seat as Ridio or a Palom, but yeah.
Yeah, it gets the job done. I was a little nervous going to the moon, thinking I had a very good party to be able to take out moon bosses, and that either A, Anadel has done this 15 minutes before me and I'm just following the footsteps, or B, he's not doing it at all and I run into a barren moon and I'm done. But
As it turned out, when you watch this back, Antidale did not do the LST early at all. It was actually one of the last things on his route. And as it turned out, I mean, it was not a haunted moon. There was, let's see, you saw Earth Crystal up
Earth
there. There
Crystal and
was
Adamant.
and the Earth Crystal led
Yeah.
into the Legend Sword. So I mean, there were 3 that were routed through it.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
I mean,
well, there
as it
were
turned out,
certainly two good viable routes, and you both picked one.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like it's hard to tell in the spur of the moment how each one's gonna go. Usually you just kind of want the faster ones to be on your side, but it's not like one of the neat things about just KI as an objective is that it's not like, well, you didn't do this spot, so you're done. So
usually, unless you have one of those chains of pain where it's like there's like 6 or 7 key items all behind each other, and it's like,
yeah,
if you miss one of those, you're done. But I mean, really, the bad luck was, I mean, you did the Tower of Babel earlier, but all 5 of the checks you did zonked out, and you also were trying to get any way underground other than that hook route, and Antidale busted through it a lot earlier than you did.
look, I'm gonna die on that hill.
If that is the hill you choose to die on, it sometimes happens that way.
It's what I did. I can't stand the hook route, and I saw the moon sprite. I'm like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. And it was only Paladin, so it was fine. All right, hook routes on these seeds aren't really that bad, but you rolled a hook seed, so well done.
Yeah, they happen.
And both Hook and Magma were behind the underground, so
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been kind of interesting if the LST had the underground access some other way, and you'd gone and done it first, and then Antidale didn't, but it's not the way it worked out.
Yeah, I tend to value K-Main a little more in door seats, and I kind of veered away from that, not doing Mount Ordeals, not doing, there's one other one I had available that I passed up on. What was it? Oh no, it was just Mount Ordeals. Okay. So I guess that doesn't feel that bad. But
No, I
yeah,
mean,
it's
only
pretty
only a
close.
4 minute difference, despite the fairly divergent routing that you both took. I mean, you're often following in Antidale's footsteps, but it's like for most of this race, it's like you either were tied with him in key items or you were a little bit ahead in some places. It's just that in the end, when he went back to the Land of Summer Monsters, instead of taking the LST and finishing it, that was what decided the race.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully it was a pretty good race, and yeah, I'm very happy with how I played this tournament. No
Good.
qualms whatsoever.
Hey, you got to this is the semis, right?
Annadale and I have faced each other in the semis in 3 consecutive side tournaments.
um, well, considering I'm a fan of sports teams that typically tend to get to these things and lose in the same place, I feel your pain. But I guess next time around, maybe you'll break through, right?
Yeah, I mean, I got him at Pick Your Poison. He got me in Push Me to Jump, and he got me in this one, so it's all good. Always happy to lose to Annadale. Great player. No shame at all.
No, you should feel good. I mean, you ran a good race.
Yeah.
And you made it entertaining for us. We always had stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all taking the time to do commentary. I know commentating on doors races is a challenge. I've done it before. It can be tricky, so always thankful.
That's okay. That's why you have Chad over there to remind you of when you mess up.
There you go.
All right. Well, thank you for giving us a great race late in the morning here. And thanks again to Antidale. I know we didn't get a chance to interview because Windows said no. That's the way it goes sometimes.
In chat,
Yeah.
though, Antidale did go back to Cave Magnus to find out what that tune was for us. Apparently, it's from Harvest Moon Back to Nature. It's the summer melody.
Nice.
Quite catchy. I liked it.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and let you guys wrap up. Just want to give it thanks again for y'all being able to step in. All the folks who have been involved with the side tournament thus far. It's been a real joy. Very happy to be able to show off Door Rando. I think it's a great part of Free Enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
And looking forward to see what happens next.
Yeah,
We'll
well,
look
we
for the
wouldn't have
next,
anything to broadcast if it weren't for you guys running them. So thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we'll look for the next big idea coming in the side tournaments, and also at some point there's going to be something else on the main channel too. So more to come.
Looking at you, Baka Shinobi.
All right. Again, thanks very much to the runners again, Antidale and Fleury. Go follow them on their Twitch. Also thanks to NG Dave for restreaming the race between Fleury and Antidale. Falgren for pushing all the buttons and not eating any of them. And thanks to Oregon Mike for joining me in the booth here late at night. It's 1:17 in the morning. It's kind of late out, so we're just going to sign off and let everyone get back to more important things like sleep. Have a good night,
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah, thanks to you too, Garrett, and thanks to you all for having me. All the best.